Hey everybody, we're the Glitch Mob. We're at Amoeba Records in Hollywood doing What's in Our Bag. Hey, I'm Josh. This Portishead record was basically the introduction of electronic music. For me, it was so special because it blended electronics and turntablism and scratching and her beautiful voice with, you know, some guitar and drums and stuff. So I just had no idea how you made a record like that. So to me, it was this record that started the want to make electronic music.
I'm Justin. One artist that I was gonna go and take to Desert Island, just someone that's really touched me the most, it would be Aphex Twin. This is Selected Ambient Works Volume 2, which I actually like better than, don't tell anybody. It was one of my first sort of roads into producing electronic music. I had downloaded an MP3 over my 14.4 modem that was Aphex Twin Didgeridoo all night, and that was when I heard that, I was like, this is so much cooler than the rock and hip hop that I had been listening to at the time. Although I love that stuff, I was like, it really set something off in my head.
Hey, what's up? It's Ed. So this first record is by this group called Widows. It's Bobby Evans and James F. Kennedy. If you guys are from Los Angeles, some of you guys might know them as Brother Reed.
What's that buzz? Everybody go to the club, get drunk. Everybody go back home and get fucked. Wake up, text your friends, get drunk.
Earnest Endeavors is actually a label that's owned by some of our best friends in London. And the artwork and design is all done by Eros and Lex, who also did our record cover for Love, Death, Immortality.
My second pick would be Outkast AT-Aliens. I grew up in New Orleans, and it was huge in New Orleans. They encapsulated this southern flavor hip-hop with weird psychedelic, alien. They're just so cool. Like, something about their style. They were never like trying to be super hard and gangster. They just were in this kind of natural way. And you can feel just the realness that came out of these guys.
Hold your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you like fish and grits and all the pimp shit, everybody let me hear you say, oh yeah.
This one is a drum and bass record, Tech-Itch's track called Stack, and it's Hive's remix. Hive was really the first American drum and bass producer to essentially get validated by the British.
He got the UK cred.
Yeah, he got the UK stamp. This remix of Stack that he did was absolutely mind-blowing. One of the most incredible drum bass cuts of all time. Our buddy Damien Diesel Boy is on this record as well. The track that he made with Tech-Itch called Atlantic State. Diesel Boy, he was arguably one of the biggest American drum and bass DJs.
Buying DJ mixes back in those days was so awesome because you could learn about so much stuff. It was like, he was first and foremost was an amazing DJ, but he was a curator. And you always knew that with the Diesel Boy CD, it was just gonna be the hardest shit out there, which is actually still the case.
Yeah.
This one has Kamal and Rob Data,
Yeah.
who, for the drum and bass nerds out there, know that they're some of the best producers.
Yeah.
Conflict, Tech-Itch, Ram Trilogy, Hive.
I mean, the best names in drum and bass, and Diesel Boy would find all these amazing tracks. And we all were huge drum and bass fans, and we all came up DJing drum and bass, so drum and bass means a lot to all three of us.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna pick this Funkstrom record next. These two guys were basically like some of the pioneers of what people like to call today glitch hop.
They were taking like IDM at the time, like really glitchy, which was just sort of nerdy computer music, which we all loved, and then mashing it up like with swag and hip hop and kind of like a West Coast hip hop.
Yeah, with like a backbeat of hip hop and stuff. Still to the day, you can't beat these guys in that thing, you know?
You wanna be top killers. I'm like peyote to Grammy winners at the table making deals over spaghetti dinner.
And they were some of the first guys I ever saw actually playing on a laptop. They had this little controller called a Fader Fox, and they had Chaos pads. When I saw them playing computers, and at the time it was these really old computers, I was like, I could do that. I can play a computer. Like, I can't play a guitar live, I can't play the drums.
Yeah.
So all you glitch hop fans out there, go check out Funkstrong, because
Chris DeLuca and Michael Fakesh.
yeah. Oh my God,
Yeah.
this one is
Yeah,
so amazing.
totally,
I can't believe you
totally.
found that.
Yeah, man. This is the Freestyle Fellowship and their song called Can You Find the Level of Difficulty in This? To date, it is still probably one of the fastest and most complex rapid fire deliveries, verse to verse, that I've heard in hip hop, period.
Ignoramus enlightened to his path and purpose, creator, preserver, destroyer, curb server, quantum mechanics, converter from bow ties to Mormon, also a paraplegic, whirling dervish, pledge of allegiance, backwards, rocket science, nanotechnology, awkward moments, caught between a rock and a hard place.
I remember going to DJ the Project Bloat show at the El Rey, and when they all did this, it was just like pure magic. Micah 9 has not been able to reproduce it since. It was kind of like, it was just magic in the moment that night at the El Rey that he was able to nail it. AC Alone was able to nail, like everybody just nailed it. But since then it was just like, it's simply too difficult.
Yeah.
King Tubby and all sorts of, just the whole dub lineage is something I listen to more than anything else. The bass is really at the core of the mix of dub. It's about the vibe, the steadiness of it, but it's sort of like the original bass music. It was played on big sound systems, and King Tubby is really my #1 favorite.
This Nine Inch Nails record, Pretty Hate Machine, I guess they redid it. They remastered it for vinyl. This record, for me, was the start of just music, listening to music and being a fan of music. And I think a lot of the influence of what we do today, at least on my third of it, comes from this time and this industrial sound of heavy rock mixed with synthesizers and samples and beats. Just stuck with me. I think all of us really.
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. Really appreciate it.